Good morning and welcome to Diasporadical Art Critiques. Today we will be examining what constitutes African and the African diaspora through two key artists. Our two key artists are Blitz the Ambassador and Omar Victor Diop. Blitz the Ambassador is a musician from Ghana, published in the United States, who filmed a short film featuring Nigerian Yoruba religion. Omar Victor Diop is a photographer from and producing in Senegal. Chapter 1, Umaya and the Singer, opens by visually interrogating what constitutes African. Blitz expands the concept of African by showing the diaspora across 3 continents and generations. Across 3 continents, imagery of traditional white monochromatic Yoruba attire remains constant, focusing common threads of Yoruba religion. Blitz shows himself chasing after Umaya, a Yoruba water deity of ancient wisdom. Blitz rewinds the footage to remember the relationship with lost tradition as Umaya comes back to him in rewind. In the rewinded footage, or memory of Umaya, Kwame Nkrumah's words emphasize the importance to chase after one's spirituality to complete liberation, as Ghana awaits decolonization. The chapter ends with Blitz standing on the dock holding a white flower looking into the ocean. The flower and drums left behind symbolize the opportunity to revive Yoruba spirituality. Chapter 2, Egun and the Princess. An Egun, or a spirit of an ancestor for guidance, follows a young girl through the streets of Brooklyn after police threaten her dad's deportation and take him away. Blitz uses Yoruba religion with the gun and recurrent white clothing to show strength against nationalism and the threats of deportation, as Yoruba religion flows across continents. Placing the girl in the foreground shows her generational role to lead creative innovation with her ancestry, the gun in the background. Her emphasis shows the youth's role in expanding diasporic practice as she dances to hip-hop born from the same city.
I'm on my Tupac shit. Only God can judge me. Look into the heavens, no man can touch me.
As she performs the Mandiani dance, a coming-of-age celebration, she transitions to adulthood by leading her ancestors. Chapter 3, Ibeji and the Wedding Guest. 2 twins, Ibeji, chase after a demolition crew with palm fronds as an assertion of Yoruba religion to rid capitalist imperialism. A woman swings incense over a body of one of the Ibeji to metaphorically pass on spiritual practice from generation to generation and revive the Ibeji in doing so. The Ibeji, symbolic of birth, life, and possibility, chase away the demolition crew with palm fronds, used to clean the soul of enemies in Christianity. The Ibeji show possibility of candomblé with palm fronds for resistance against imperialist capitalism, mixing Yoruba and Christian traditions. Blitz paints a portrait of diasporadical spirituality of Yoruba religion across the world as both a common thread and possible resistance against nationalism and imperialist capitalism. As Blitz's portraits span across 3 continents, Diop's photo series titled Diaspora spans across many more. Diop's use of self-portraiture, modeled after historical portraits, brings these figures into the 21st century. Self-portraiture shows us how we look for and see ourselves in history, as well as how history lives on within us. Each portrait contains at least one prop related to football, a global phenomenon. Already, the figures share a common thread of excellence across liberation movements, scholarship, and art. The football props reveal the role that people may play in the diaspora. For example, people wearing gloves all defended the diaspora, like goalies. Don Miguel de Castro defended the Congo or the continent as an emissary. Olada Equiano protected people across the West in his abolitionist advocacy. Pedro Camejo defended Venezuela against continual colonization by fighting for independence. Turning to the example of Albert Badin, a contemporary photograph brings out vivid colors that painting, drawing, or sculpture struggle to display, bringing the figures to today. Moreover, the direction of the sitter's turn changes, showing how the artist controls the orientation of historical figures in their work. Lastly, Diop places a whistle and red card denoting referee status in place of a chessboard to show how Albert Badin controls the rules. Blitz achieves his assertion through rhythmic short film, props of Yoruba religion, and rewinded film, while Diop asserts his notion of diaspora through props of football, bright photography, and self-portraiture. What constitutes the African diaspora? Blitz asserts a diaspora unified through symbols of Yoruba religion as a means of resistance, while Diop asserts the common thread of diaspora through excellence, showing many different players in the football game of liberation.